Hi friends, I'm Yakuta Karkhanawala. So today we'll continue with a chapter that is file management. In last video we have seen how to open a file and how to close a file. Today we'll see the next function for file, that is fputc and fgetc. Fputc means it is used to write some character in a file. At a time we can simply write one single character in a file. You cannot write more than one characters, but you can write single character in a file in case of fputc function. For using fputc function, when you open the file, the mode should be either W or it should be A. W is writing inside a file and A is for appending in a file. The syntax of fputc is fputc bracket. We are going to give two arguments here. One is integer C, means the character at which we are going to write here. Right inside the file, the data type is integer because the ASCII value would be taken into consideration in case of fputc function. And the second argument should be the file pointer. So this file pointer will specify that which file we are going to use, and the first argument will specify the which character we are going to write down in this particular file. So if you want to write a character in a file, use fputc function. If you want to read a character from a file, then you will use fgetc function. In fgetc, compulsory the mode should be R, or you can use R plus, W plus or A plus as well. The syntax of fgetc is fgetc in bracket, you need to give the file pointer. fgetc is going to return the character that has been read. The ASCII value would be written. So because of that, the return type of this function is integer. So as I said, that fputc and fgetc is used for reading and writing a single character in a file. For this, a file pointer would be used, and this file pointer will move one character position after every getc and putc function. So the first time if you use getc function, the first character is read and the file pointer is moved automatically to the next character in the file. So the moment of file pointer is being taken by the compiler, we don't have to worry. After every character read and write, the file pointer is automatically incremented or moved to the next location. Also, this getc will return EOF, that is end of file, when you have read all the characters which are present in the file. So this end EOF is used for testing purpose when we want to read some data from a file. So let's see one example of how we are going to use fgetc, fputc function, fopen and fclose function in a program. The first is include stdio.h. First declare the file pointer. So file star of fp. The character which we are going to read and write, for that I am using character data type and the name of the variable is ch. One is integer I, that is for use for looping purpose. Now what we need to do is we want to write some characters in a file and then we want to read all these characters from a file using fputc and fgetc function. So for dealing with the file, the first step is to open a file. fp is equal to fopen. The name of the file is a.txt, and the first time when we are opening the file would be in the write mode. So we are going to first write something into the file. So the mode is W. Now say for example, I'm making a simple program of writing only 5 characters in this particular file. If you want to input n characters, you can make a generalized program and take the value of n and accordingly change the loop. So what I'm doing is I'm taking a loop. This loop will be executed 5 times. I equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus. And inside this loop, I'm using scanf. See, simple scanf means it is used for reading some data from the console. So I'm reading a character from the console and that character I'm storing it in ch variable. Now this character, whatever has been read from the console, I want to write it into the file. So for writing into the file, I'll use the function fputc in bracket. For fputc, we need to give two arguments. First one should be the character that you want to write and the second should be the file pointer. So I've written here fputc bracket ch comma fp. The data in ch variable will be stored in the file where the fp is pointing. fp is pointing to a.txt, so the data would be written in a.txt file. Okay, so this loop will be executed 5 times and 5 characters you need to take it from the console, and all these 5 characters will be written one by one using fputc function inside the file. As I said, it's a good practice. So after opening the file, close the file. So for closing the file, we'll write down fclose bracket fp. Now the data has been written in the file. We'll open the file for reading purpose. So again use the fopen function. fp is equal to fopen bracket. the file name, the same file name will give here a.text, but this time the mode will be R. That is, we are going to open the file for reading purpose. Now for reading one by one each and every character from a file, will be again using the loop. So I'm using a do while loop here. Do for reading the character, use fgetc function, bracket, give the name of the file pointer so that the character would be read, and whatever character is read would be stored in ch. This ch is printed onto the screen. That is character read %c ch. Now this two statement should be executed again and again in a loop. So I've used a do while loop. For how many times you need to continue this particular loop is, for that we'll check for the condition of end of file. That is while ch not equal to end of file, means unless and until we don't get end of file, we'll go on reading the data from the file. Once ch will be equal to end of file, we'll exit this particular loop. And after reading the data from the file, we have to close the file. For closing the file, we'll use the same syntax, that is fclose bracket fp and end of the program. You can see here we have seen a very simple program of reading 5 characters from the console and writing that 5 characters in the file. So first we have used fputc, and then afterwards using fgetc we have read the same data from the file. When you will run this particular program, the output would be enter 5 characters. Because of this printf statement, I've entered the 5 characters as hello because of scanf, and this 5 characters has been written in a file. Because of this do while loop, I'm getting the output as character read continuously hello. And the last one is for enter. After hello, I pressed enter. So the last character read is hello, but it's a enter is a non-printable character, so nothing has been displayed here. Similarly, just like fgetc, fputc function, we have functions like getw, putw function. In some compilers, it may work as fgetw, fputw. And in some compiler, we can use simply getw and putw function. Getw and putw functions are used for reading and writing integer values in a file. The usage of getw and putw is almost similar to that of fgetc and fputc function. The only difference is it is used for reading integers and not characters. The syntax is also very similar. If you want to write any integer in a file, we'll use putw bracket 2 arguments. One should be the number, that is we want to write it inside the file, and next argument is the file pointer. This particular syntax means it is used for writing the number inside a file which has been pointed by fp. Similarly, if you want to read an integer from a file, the syntax is integer getw bracket pass the file pointer. This getw is used for reading a integer value which has been pointed by fp, and it is going to return an integer value. The return type is integer, the value that is read from the file. Let's see the program of using getw and putw. Declare a file pointer fp, the number which we are going to read and write. For that we are using a variable x which is of integer data type. First we want to write some integers inside the file. So we'll use fopen function, bracket a.text file name, and in write mode, which is going to return a file pointer which we are storing it in fp. I want to read some integers from the user using scanf, and these values would be written inside the file using putw. For that, what I am doing is displayed a message here, that is enter integers and 0 to stop. It means that whenever a user enters a value 0, at that time we'll stop reading from the console and we'll stop writing inside the file accordingly. So take a do while loop, take the value from the console using scanf. The integer which we read is stored in x, and this x value we want to write it into the file. So we'll use putw function, bracket x comma fp, means the integer x is written inside the file which has been pointed by fp. So scanf is reading an integer from the console, and then putw is for writing that integer inside the file. These two steps, do it in a loop. This loop should be executed for how many duration? That is, for that I have given the condition that the value of x should not be equal to 0. So unless and until user does not press 0, you go on reading one by one each integer value and store it in the file. Once we'll enter 0, this loop will be exited or stopped. After writing inside the file, close the file using fclose function. Now again open the file in read mode. Now I want to read the data from the file, so I'll open the file again in the read mode. Printf data read from the file, it is simple printf statements. You want to read more than one integers from the file, so use the do while loop. For reading the integer from the file, use getw function, in bracket pass the file pointer. Integer that is read is been stored in x value and display this x onto the console using printf statement. So get w is used for reading from the file and the data that is read is displayed on the console using printf statement. Do this two steps again and again in a loop. And what would be the exit condition of the loop? That is x is not equal to end of file, very similar to that of f gets c. Unless and until the value of x is not equal to end of file, we have to read each and every integers from the file and it would be displayed onto the screen. Once end of file is reached, the do while loop will be exited and you will come out of this loop. Make sure to close the file using fclose function. So this is the way you are going to use get w and put w. What would be the output here? Enter integer 0 to stop. So you go on entering integer values. I've entered 1, 2, 3. Once I enter 0, my loop will be exited. And then I'll start reading the data from the file. So the data is read 1, 2, 3, 0. 0 is also stored into the file and then end of file is read. So -1 means it's an end of file value. So once end of file is been read, I'll exit my program. Next is now for reading, writing data into the file. We have seen two things. One was how to read and write character files and another was how to read and write integer values inside a file. Now next we have is fprintf and fscanf function. Fprintf is used for writing data into the file, but the advantage of using fprintf is that we can use mixed data type. Means we can write a character as well as an integer value as well as, or you can say a float value at the same moment of time in a file using fprintf function. So we can write character, integer, float in the file at the same moment of time. What is the syntax of fprintf? Now here in fprintf we have three arguments. The first is the file pointer. Second one is the format string, means just like printf we were giving control string like %d, %f and so on. Similarly, you need to specify the formatting, that in what form you want to store the data inside the file. So that format string has to be specified is the second argument, and the third argument is the variable list. Means the data that you are going to write should be supplied you in the variable list. Unlike f get c, f put c or get w put w, here we have three arguments for writing inside a file: the file pointer, the format and the variable list. The advantage of fprintf is that you can write mixed data type in a specific format inside the file. So at the format, so fprintf is very similar to printf statement. Only thing is in printf we were passing two arguments. One was control string and the variable list, while in case of fprintf we have three arguments. The first one is the file pointer. Similarly, we have fscanf function which is used to read mixed data type from the file. The syntax of fscanf is fscanf, again three arguments: file pointer, the format string and the variable list. Remember this, in fscanf whenever you are reading integer, character or float values, always used ampersand before the name of the variable. While in case of fprintf, ampersand or address of operator is not required. But in fscanf, compulsory we need to use ampersand before the name of the variables for integer, float or character data type. So let's see the program of fprintf and fscanf. What I want to do is I want to store the name and age of a person in a file in a specific format. So for that what I'm doing is I'm declaring two variables, age and a for f of integer data type, and name, a character array name, and nm for storing the name. Then declare the file pointer. First open the file for writing purpose. Now I want to take the value of name and age from the console. So for that I'll use scanf. Printf enter name and age. Scanf %s %d. Name means I'm going to enter some name, and age ampersand age means the age of that particular person. Age is an integer value, so use ampersand sign. So this two lines is dealing with the console. I'm taking input from the console, two values, one is name and age. Now I want to write this name and age inside the file. So for that I'll use fprintf function. Pass three arguments here. The first is the file pointer, the second is the control string. The format of storing data inside the file should be %s means the name should be written, /t means there should be space between the two, and then %d, that is name, and comma name comma age, the variable list. Name is for %s and age is for %d. So in this way you can write the data inside the file in a specific format. Then I'm simply displaying a message that the data is written successfully in file and close the file. So this is the writing process has been done. Now I want to read this particular data in the same format from the file. So again open the file for reading purpose. For reading a file, we will be using fscanf bracket 3 arguments. The first is the file pointer, second is the control string and the variable list. So fp, the control string, how you want to read the data from the file. So first I'll read the name, that is %s, and %d means for age, comma the variable list. Whatever data has been read from the file which will be stored in nm, which is a character array, and the age will be stored in a. Make sure to use ampersand address of operator before a because we are going to read an integer value from the file. Now whatever data that you have read in nm in a, we want to display it onto the monitor. So use printf statement and display it in a particular format. So displaying printf name and display age and close the file. Okay, so when you will execute the program, enter name and age. You can enter any name and age. This data written successfully in file. For this particular part, we have the output as data read from the file. The name is and age has been displayed onto the screen. So we have seen how to use get C, put C, get W, put W, and printf, scanf, different methods of how to read and write data from a file. Next three functions are functions for dealing with the file pointer. For that, the first one is fseek function. Fseek function is used to move the file pointer to desired location. Normally, when you open the file pointer is the first character of the file. But if you want to move the file pointer to some another location of the file, we'll be using fseek function. Syntax of fseek, bracket, pass 3 arguments. One is a file pointer, another is an offset value, which is of data type long integer, and the third one is integer position. The first one is the file pointer here. The second is offset. Offset means the number of bytes which we want to move forward or backward from the position that has been mentioned as the third argument. Now in case of position, means offset should be added with the position value to move backward or forward in a file. Okay, for position value, either of these three values, that is seek underscore set, all in capital letters, it denotes that the putting the file pointer to the start of the file, or else you can write down instead of seek underscore set, you can also write down the value integer value 0. Next value that a position can, the third parameter, the third argument to fseek function can have is seek underscore cur current. It means right now it will tell you me the current position of the file pointer, or you can use integer value 1. Seek underscore end means the file pointer is positioned to the end of the file, or the integer value you can use is 2. So you can either use 0, 1, 2, or you can use seek underscore set, seek underscore current, or seek underscore end. Set means the beginning of the file, end means the end of the file, and current means the current location. The file pointer may be in the middle of the file as well. This particular fseek function is going to return 0 if the file pointer is successfully moved, or else it will return a non-zero value if there happens any errors. Say for example, I want to use fseek function, that is I want to set the file pointer to 20 byte from the beginning of the file. This will use fseek function. The first argument should be the file pointer. Number of bytes that I want to move is 20 bytes, and this 20 bytes should be moved from where? Seek underscore set. Seek underscore set means we are setting the file pointer to the beginning. From beginning you move 20 bytes ahead. Let's see another example. If I want to move 10 bytes backward from the current file pointer position, what you will do is in offset you will give negative value. -10 means you are moving backward. If you give positive value means you are moving forward from the current file pointer position. So in case of position, we'll write down seek underscore current. In the third argument, you can write down 1 also. Let's see the third example, that is to set the file pointer 5 bytes backward from the end of the file. So in that case, fseek bracket fp comma 5 bytes backward means -5, and from end of file, so seek underscore end should be the position. So you can use fseek in this format for moving the file pointer anywhere onto inside the file. Okay, the next function is ftel function. Ftel function is used to tell the current position of the file pointer in a file. The syntax of ftel is ftel in bracket give the file pointer name. This file pointer will tell which file we are going to use. Ftel function is going to return then the position, means the position will be in terms of bytes, that from beginning how many bytes it is forward in a file. Okay, so that would be of long integer data type. So stream is a pointer to the file. In file, the first byte is always at the position of 0. If an error occurs of getting the file pointer, then a non-zero value or negative value would be displayed, that is -1 is returned. How you'll use ftel function, long integer p, then we have a file pointer. You use ftel bracket, give the file pointer name, whatever value, position value will get in terms of bytes from the beginning of the location will be stored in p, and then this p you can display it onto the screen using printf. Now make sure that the p is of data type long integer. It should not be simple integer value. And the last function of file is rewind function. It's a very simple function, that is rewind function is used to move the file pointer to the beginning of the file. Rewind in bracket, give the name of the file pointer. Rewind function is not going to return any value, so the return type is void. Rewind function will move the file pointer to the start of the file, that is at the 0th byte. Normally what we have done in the previous program was that first we used to open the file, then write some data inside the file, and then we used to close the file. If you want to read the data from the starting position, you need to again open the file, right? So second time opening and closing procedure has been done. But if you want to avoid that and without closing the file, if you want to read the data from the start of the file, you can simply use the rewind function. So file pointer and rewind in bracket, simply give the name of the file pointer. It will take you to the starting location of the file. Okay, so this was all about the different file functions which we have seen, how to write some data inside the file using fgetc, fputc, getw, putw, fprintf and fscanf. And we have also seen how to work with file pointers using fseek, ftel and rewind function. Let's see one of the very important program of, very important program of file, that is if you want to print the program itself, means the program which you are writing, the same program should be displayed onto the screen. Okay, so how we'll do is file, declare a file pointer. The character that you will be reading will be stored in C variable, which is of character data type. First is we want to read some data from the file. So I'm going to open the file in the read mode, and inside bracket, the first argument is normally we give the file name. Okay, so if you write down __ capital F file __ means the current program is been read. You don't need to specify the name of the file. If it will by default take the current program that where you are writing this code, or else you can write down in our normal approach also, fp is equal to fopen, the name of that .c file in read mode. Either you use file name .c or you use simply __ file __. This is a constant variable which has been already been declared in stdr.h. It means that we are going to read the current file where we are writing this particular program. Okay, so use fopen function. It is going to return the file pointer to the first character of the file. Now the file is open for the reading purpose. Now what we want to do is we want to read one by one each and every character from the file. Okay, now we have seen that how to open a file, and this file is open for reading purpose. And now we'll write down the steps for reading one by one each character from the file. So we'll take a loop here. I've taken a file loop. Inside the bracket I've written C is equal to getC bracket FP. It means fgetC is used for reading the file. In the argument supply the file pointer. The character that has been read from the file is stored in C. This is complete in one bracket. Now this C I am comparing that whether it is equal to end of file or not. If it is not equal to end of file, means the condition is true. You display the character read from the file on the console using printf statement. So this printf is in a loop, and this loop will be executed unless and until end of file is not reached. Once end of file is reached, we'll come out of the loop and we'll close the file. But the question is a tricky, that is to write a program itself. But the code is very simple. Okay, so this is all for now. We'll end file management here. Okay, we have seen different functions which we can use for working with files and few of the programs also. That's all for today. Goodbye. Thank you.